It's weird because RE3 was in this weird. It was in one of those cultural nightmare amalgams in which they were like, "This is a small Midwestern American city," and you're like, "No, it's not. This is a Japanese alleyway city with American signs painted onto shit." Right? Like the layout in the original RE3 is like absolutely like Osaka, but shh, it's America though. Shh. Right?
So there's some open spaces and some tight spaces.
Yeah, whereas here now they've gone for they've changed a lot more in 3 than they have in 2. And it kind of looks like a neon uptown Seattle, if that makes any sense. But there are like much wider areas. Like it's much more common that you'll be on like a regular 2-lane street with wreckage here or there and like 5 dudes wandering around. And one of the other things that I remember is you have your dodge, but you also have, you remember aiming and waiting for the reticle to close in?
Yes.
With Leon and Claire?
Yeah.
Jill, because she's a fucking super cop, that reticle closes super fast.
No matter what gun?
Comparison. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you get a laser sight, it basically closes almost instantly.
Okay.
And I got a laser sight, and the close time for the handgun becomes 1 second. Like just one. Okay, it's perfect. And I was looking at it and go, you know what? I get it. I understand if they were to do 4, there's a progression here. There's the rookies who take forever to shoot and can't dodge. There's the STARS members who are super cops that shoot quickly, accurately, and can dodge. And then if you were to move a little bit forward in time, you would have the professional who has a perfect laser sight, can dodge easily, and can suplex priests with the push of a button. Like there's a really obvious like trend
so
you can follow.
Okay. By fitting it into the canon, so Leon the veteran becomes like
the professional,
the god, or okay, but wait though, what about what about Chris the veteran and Sheva the newbie?
Sheva's not a newbie. That was one of the weirdest things they did with her character. Is like she's brand new, and then you're talking to her, and she's like, "Bioweapons killed my parents. I've actually been in multiple Africa-based Resident Evil games that you never saw, Chris."
Oh, like did she say that?
It's like a single throwaway line where she goes, "I was actually in Resident Evil 2.5 and 3.5 Africa Town."
Okay. But then now is not the time to talk about it. Maybe
same thing with Josh.
Maybe like some other day, she says as she looks at the camera.
Yeah, and the answer is no other day ever. No.
Please, please fill out the Sheva popularity poll. Let us know.
Sheva's great.
She's fantastic. But it's like, is she spin off into her own game fantastic? Maybe. I'd be down. I have no complaints.
Well, hey, you want to hear?
I'd be really down.
Something awful? Resident Evil is the long-time series of, oh man, that character's great. Are they going to get their own game?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca got one, and now we're never going to get one ever again after that.
Well, why not? Why not a collection of short stories about all those characters?
Well, they did that with Revelations, but then gave us like 80% of the cast is who? A jackass? This guy's name is Jackass? All right.
Wait, Revelations is not mostly new people?
Revelations is Jill and Chris, as well as Jackass and Christ, I forget the other guy's name. I legit forget the other guy's name.
Okay.
And Rachel and the bitch with the hair.
New people.
Yeah.
Everyone besides the first two are new people.
Yeah.
What has there ever it seems pretty obvious here, but have Claire and Chris ever been together?
Yeah, that's what CVX is.
Okay.
So okay, you've opened up the fucking folder now.
So
All
the
right,
brother
here
and
you
sister
go.
actually do like are in the same game at the same time.
All
Once.
right, so this is gonna segue perfectly, and then we can do a circle back to RE3. All right, Resident Evil 1 is Jill and Chris with Barry and Rebecca as assists, and Wesker's evil. Right. RE2 is Leon and Claire. RE3 is Jill, and Carlos is there too, I guess. And Barry shows up in the ending. RE4 is Leon. Okay, and nobody else shows up in 4, right?
Ashley,
Does, right? Yeah, but I mean, fuck
playable.
CVX is Chris and Claire, and it's like finally they found each other. Yeah, and there's a single line in CVX that makes like games later on super stupid, and makes CVX super stupid. So Claire is like, I can't, brother. And she gets like super arrested and gone super umbrella jail in CVX.
She says what?
She says, I have to find my brother.
Okay.
I think I got the pronunciation on that right. It's
No, your voice cut out right as you said F. So we just heard I can't my brother. And I was like, what?
Hey man, keep the red fields pure. Anyway, so all right. So then we get fucking revelations. Oh, sorry. In CVX, there's a weird throwaway line of dialogue where Claire's stuck on the island, and after not being able to find Chris for like a year now, she just goes, "Hey, I'll send Leon an email, and he can call Chris to come to the island." And then Chris just shows up the island, and it's like, wait,
what?
Why? Yeah, it's so weird. The reason she got arrested going in an umbrella facility or whatever is she couldn't find Chris. But then when you're on the island, she'll just be like, "Oh, I'll just email Leon and he'll tell Chris." And it's like, but the fucking, this game is trash. Anyway, okay. You got 0 with Rebecca and Billy, which, as far as I'm concerned, died. They both died in that game. The team doesn't like Rebecca, or at least Shinji Mikami never did. And Billy is like pure side character. That character was built to die. Like, he's too cool. He's got the handcuff on his hand. He's got the blue wife beater. But, and here's where it gets really dumb. In RE6, you have that huge cast, whatever. Sherry's there is playable, which is great. She grew up. And Chris and Leon meet for the first time. And I don't know if you remember, but in the trailers, they get in a little punchy kicky fight. And it's literally the first time we've ever seen Leon and Chris, the two leading men, ever interact. And they talk for about 5 minutes and never, ever interact ever again. And the thing you saw in the trailer was it. That was the whole thing. And like they act like they've already hung out, but they haven't.
Oh no, it's the Dragon Ball problem.
And like
audience time is not character time.
And then like there's all sorts of really bizarre shit where characters are talking about each other, like Sherry will talk like, "Oh, Claire," or whatever, or "Oh," and it's like, has Sherry like they run into each other, like, does Sherry know who Chris even is?
Are the CG movies canon?
Yes.
With a noise.
Yes, they unfortunately are.
They're canon. Okay.
They're soft canon. They are canon until somebody stops them, essentially.
So there's canon and there's canon.
Now, I'm gonna be real. As somebody who spent a lot of time with a lot of Resident Evil games, Resident Evil has the worst long-running story ever. Every thread that ever came up except for one went nowhere. Like almost every single game goes, oh man, it was really so and so behind. Oh man, oh geez, right?
I
And
assumed
it's always dropped.
I assumed that they all lazily led back to Wesker, who was the Dio of this world, who was fucking spending every day in 5 places laying down plot mines for the future.
So,
I assumed that much.
It is. So that's what, because you played 5, and that's what 5 tells you. 5 literally tells you Wesker was behind it all. And it's like, no, he wasn't. So like Wesker becoming like a fucking X-Man villain is the most baffling change to a character ever. In RE1, Wesker is so stupid that most of the cast laughs at him when he unveils his plan. In original RE1, Chris is like he's like crying, laughing at Wesker's stupid plan.
Not bad voice acting, like actually.
Like, stop it. Stop laughing at me. Like he's super lame. And then he gets killed like a super lame bitch.
I see.
Like he goes, oh, the tyrant's so amazing, and the tyrant just stabs him. It's like, well, that was it for Wesker. Like he was nobody.
But then he fell down the thing, and then he took the stuff, and then he became real big.
Well, okay.
Got the juice.
Actually, it's like a million. It's like a million cases of actually
level 5 X Factor.
He planned to get stabbed like that because it would unlock the virus that he had been taking for a long time.
Yes, there you go.
Actually, it's because he was a superhuman raised from birth in a secret project.
Yes.
And there were actually 13 Weskers.
What?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Okay.
So in RE5, near the end, there's a list of names, and it is like Albert Wesker, Alex Wesker, Albert Wesker, Joe Wesker, Sammy Wesker, and they were all part of the superhuman squad.
So I was gonna make a joke earlier about Wesker becoming Cars on the volcano.
Uh-huh.
And then he just became Cars.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And so the one thread they never dropped is in RE5. You get a little thing where they go, Spencer, who's the original big bad, goes, Alex will handle it, right? And then Alex Wesker is Wesker's sister and is the primary antagonist of Revelations 2. And apparently all the other ones died. But there was a in Stevie X, there was a thread where fucking Wesker's like, who cares about Umbrella? I'm working for a new company now. And then you flash forward to RE4, which is like 6 months later, and he's like, I have to get the Plagas to resurrect Umbrella. And it's like, what are you guys talking about? What the fuck are you all talking about? And then in 6, do you know you want to fucking run a wild guess about who the evil fucking terror group in fucking 6 is called?
Sons of Wesker fanboy club.
It's Neo Umbrella.
Resident Evil is stupid.
A concept that is never explained once in the 45 hours you play RE6 in.
This shit is dumb.
Oh, don't forget about RE7's Blue Umbrella. No, you want to hear the dumb? You know how you like Jake?
I do like Jake.
If you beat all 4 of Resident Evil 6's campaigns, you get a super secret, double super secret ending. And it's Jake in the Middle East being a cool guy and like literally like Danteing into the distance as the new main character for Resident Evil going forward. And it's like,
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, people like shooting zombies, and you can make a whole lot of money if every couple years you make a new shoot the zombies game.
That's right.
But what happens behind the shooting of the zombies Doesn't have to be that complicated.
I remember in like a million years ago, it was either an interview with Mikami or it was a like a design diary thing, and they're like, RE4 starts and its umbrella's done, right? Gone, right? And it like invalidates stuff that had just happened in other games. And it's like, what's up with that? And I think the answer from Mikami was, who gives a shit?
Okay.
Like, who fucking cares?
Shut up, though.
You know why the story exists here? So that I can make a cool new monster.
Man.
That's it. Shut up.
The Sons of Sparta being umbrella babies. Like...
It's a long ways away.
I mean...
I want to point... Woolie, I want to point out Sons of Sparta being umbrella babies is what... That thread is what I was just talking about with Wesker.
Right.
That's where it went.
Yeah, it went there instead. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, you know. Okay. That's, hey, video games are hard. And
hey, you don't have to worry about any of that shit because RE3 is before any of that shit got super stupid.
You know, the other...
This looks so great.
You know, the other problem is that franchises tend to, in many often cases, have a problem where the first villain is the most influential and leaves the greatest impact on everybody, and then you can never really get out of their shadow.
Yeah.
And those that do, I mean, fucking kudos and good for those franchises, but like, you know, any game where it's like, yeah, but it always leads back to Ganondorf, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah, you know what it is, Bowser.
I think Resident Evil has the worst of both worlds because they did get away from Wesker, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they got stuck in a thing where every villain has to be all of the prior villains. So Wesker was the schemer, right? And then Birkin was the mutant, right? Birkin was the scientist that turned himself into a monster.
Yeah.
And then you got Mr. X, who's also in 2, who's like the pursuer, right? And that's all Resident Evil's got. Like they mix and match.
Yeah.
Here and there.
No one ever really dies.
I mean, you get every game, like, and so you get to RE5 and onwards, in which you get characters that like they're the schemer until they get caught, and then they turn into the flesh beast.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
And then they're like, haha.
I'm a gooping bag of flesh. This was my plan all along.
It was, oh man,
really?
It's gonna be so good.
Is that what you wanted? Okay. Well.
In RE6 is the worst it's ever been on every level. But the main antagonist, like everything about, I don't even know where to start. Everything about RE6 is garbage. I finally beat all of it. I beat Ada's campaign, which is by far the worst campaign.
But before
I had never beaten it back in the day.
If I could just put bookmark there for 1 second before I forget. Yeah. One of the weirdest things for me as an outsider is to know about Final Fantasy 1 and the Garland first boss, last boss, like, oh shit, reveal. And then, like, now later hearing about games where the country of Garlandia or the Garlandian people or something like that.
Garlemald and Garleans.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, like, so that villain set became a thing that was became a race and a nation?
No. It is purely a naming convention reference.
It's not actually that they're the descendants of Garland.
No, man.
I have no idea.
Isn't a sequel to Final Fantasy 1.
But that's why I'm like, when I saw that name thing, I was like, wait, there's like connections here?
Are you losing your mind? Since when have Final Fantasies aside from some horrible exceptions.
Well, that's why that's why the premise of what I'm saying is that I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ivalice is a continuity. Ivalice is shared by a couple of different games now.
Yeah, but there's 2 different Ivalice.
Well, Tactics and 14 and or 12. No, what? Anyway, the judges show up, right? The games with the judges they're the same judges, right? Isn't that it? No. Okay.
Final Fantasy just builds up stuff, and if it gets really popular, they just use that stuff again.
Damn. I really don't know, but all I'm saying is I saw Garland related names, and I was like, are they going off the first boss thing? Is that what that is?
Didn't you play FF9? There was a Garland in that game too.
No.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, man, there's Garlands all over.
Okay, so it's just a name reference.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
This guy from FF1. That guy was evil.
Right, but it's not actually direct reference in any way. Okay.
No, like the judge design is based all the judges. The core judge design is based off of Garland from 1's look.
Okay.
Of like armored man with like a evil helmet and all that shit.
So it's kind of like Sid showing up in every game.
Yep.
Right.
The only one that's different is Gilgamesh, who is the fourth wall character.
Oh.
Who is like he shows up in 5, and then he literally falls through a portal into 9, and then jumps through a portal into 8, and then goes and hangs out and is called Greg in 14.
Gilgamesh. Greg.
Yeah, no, dude, seriously, Hildebrand just is like, he's like, hey, I'm Gilgamesh.
Oh no, Gurugamesh, Gurug.
My name is Greg.
Greg. Oh, that is. I hate that.
Yeah, man.
That is
Greg's
awful.
Cool. Greg's a cool guy.
Wow. Okay. Now, why are people saying FF7 and FF10 are in the same universe?
Because they are.
Google, are FF7 and FF10 in the same universe?
Okay, you want a deep dive on Final Fantasy?
No, this is a misconception among the fan base. In an Ultimania, Kazushige Nojima, the scenario designer for 7 and 10, toyed with the idea of the 2 being connected. However, he later clarified in a separate interview that this was never meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah. So in Final Fantasy canon, like for real ass canon, it is a multiverse. It is like every fucking game happens in the same large scale universe, but they're all planets. They're all far away planets.
A long time ago, a friend of mine told me that the crystals are the shared element in every game.
I mean, that's a shared thematic element. Dissidia is canon. Yeah, I see you guys talking. Yeah. And also, in almost every game, Shinryu is a space dragon. Like it is a dragon that came from a different planet.
Also, anything that happens in the live stream stays in the live stream.
Well, the live stream is a 7 specific thing.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
But it leads to other fucking worlds and universes, so you can just.
Nah, man, that's the infinite. What's it called? I still haven't seen season 3 of Castlevania, but apparently there is a fucking catch-all thing in there called the Infinite Corridor.
Okay.
Which is probably going to be their crossover anime location.
That honestly, it's a brilliant marketing move to have your protagonist fall into some sort of rift for a moment and then fall back out, just so that you create an area for all crossovers to become canon. All your Soul Calibur cameos can become canon in that one moment. Man.
I totally fell into the live stream, and now I'm playing Dissidia. Which one? The good one, Duodecim, not the new one.
And then when Cloud came out, he forgot about all the friends he made in different universes.
Well, you know, it was part of the deal they made with Sora in order to safeguard their hearts or some shit. I don't know, man. I'm fucking
Yeah.
The point is that more franchises than you think have the worst long running stories.